Hi everyone, Johnny here from Martinez Wines, day 72. I'm just having a late lunch of cheese. I love cheese. Why am I talking about cheese? Because cheese is coming back to the Ilkley shop tomorrow, Friday. You'll be able to buy our cheese again. All our cheeses are supplied by the Courtyard Dairy. What else is important about cheese? Buying it for Father's Day, which is coming up soon. What goes well with cheese? Port, red wine, white wine, all wine. But you've got to match it carefully. There are so many different ports, so many different cheeses. Come to us, we'll tell you what's what. Here's some samples of some ports we do. We do tons of port. We do port half bottles for like £7 or £8, right up to vintage ports at £100. It's a bonkers world. We'll tell you all about it. I'm not going to go through it all today, it'll take me an hour. But here we go. White port, Lagrima from Crone, small house, not dry, a little bit juicy. Great with cheese, but also great with tonic. White port and tonic. All the young kids are drinking it, it's fabulous. Okay, this is where we start off. This is our Ruby port. This is our entry level port, Ambassador. This comes in halves and bottles, so that's a Ruby port. And then we've got an LBV, late bottle vintage, so that's a 2014 late bottle vintage. Getting a little bit more pricey. LBVs, late bottle vintages, your sort of £20 mark. This is a Cajita. Cajita is a tawny port, a little bit sweeter than a traditional Ruby port. I love tawny port. I think you can get some great value out of it. So this is a 1996 Crone Cajita. All the prices will be down the bottom, and then you move up to vintage. Vintage port is only a port that's when all the big houses declare it as a vintage, it's a vintage. It's a complicated world, port. So port, cheese, Father's Day, come to us, shop local. Keep watching, because coming right up now, I've just been to collect the cheese at Andy at the Courtyard Dairy. They supply all our cheeses. Best cheese merchant in the country, in my opinion. So he's coming up next. Here he is, telling you about 3 cheeses. Cheers guys, stay safe, please keep shopping local. Don't forget your dads. Alright, Father's Day coming, you need to order now. Get it in the post, week on Sunday. Cheers, bye. Nom, 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 nom. Hi everyone, I'm at the Courtyard Dairy and here is Andy to tell you about some cheeses.
Hi Johnny, yeah, we are talking about some traditional farmhouse cheeses that we have here at the Courtyard Dairy that we sell down at Martinez, but we also sell here in our little shop. I'm going to take you through 3 that are perfect for Father's Day coming up next week. One of my favourites is the Dale End Cheddar. We say if you don't like this cheese you're going to hell, because it is made in Yorkshire. It is made with raw milk. It's one of the last 2 farmhouse cheese producers left in Yorkshire who make with raw milk. It's made on the North Yorkshire Moors, and over there they have a little Camp Hill community, and they employ adults with learning and mental disabilities. So they have about 46 cows, and they make completely by hand traditional cheddar recipe, and it's just perfect at the moment. 18 months old, nice big strong flavour, nice dry nuttiness to it as well. Very, very small production. We take about 80% of their production. Secondly, for Father's Day, you can't go wrong with a blue. One of my favourites is a relatively new blue. So this is made down in Leicestershire. This is made by the Sparkano family. You might have heard of their vintage Red Leicester. Now, last year, Will, who's about 21, came back from university, came back to his family farm and spoke to his parents, and they said, if you want to work on the farm, you have to create a job for yourself, because his dad milks the animals, his wife makes the cheese, his mum makes the cheese, so to speak, and Will didn't have a job, so he developed a Stilton recipe. But the difference is, because they don't use pasteurised milk, they can't call it Stilton. So they use raw milk and they effectively make a Stilton recipe, and it's called Sparkano Blue. So it's a bit softer, a bit creamier, a bit mellower. They don't pace it as much and they age it a bit slower. So it's as good as a Stilton, but made with raw milk. It's made in the Stilton region, but it's called Sparkano Blue, and it just has a nice, smooth, rounded, rich flavour. And the final one is a cheese that's really unique to us. It's Killeen. So many years ago,
My wife's favourite.
Right, it's a lot of people's favourite. It's a little jewel in the crown. Not many people know of this cheese at all. It's one of we sell an awful lot of this to the Black Swan at Oldstead. It's their favourite, Tommy Banks' favourite as well, and it's really special little cheese. It's quite unique in that what happened many years ago is a Dutch lady went to Ireland, fell in love with a man over there who had a little goat farm, and decided to move to Ireland. Now, she being Dutch, I had grown up in the Netherlands, and been to agricultural college. And there you get taught how to make Gouda. That's all they teach you how to make if you're going to agricultural college. So she moved to Ireland and he had these goats, and she decided to use her knowledge and make a Gouda recipe with goat's milk, which is quite unusual. And that's what she does. So she makes a goat's milk Gouda, but with an island. We buy it at about 3 months old and further mature it in our maturation facilities here to bring out that depth of flavour. It has a real smooth, sweet carameliness. It's a real delight. It's not intensely goaty, it's really mellow in the goat flavour, really rich, creamy sweetness, nuttiness to it. It's one of those cheeses that people would never really choose from us, but once they've tasted it, it's one of our best selling cheeses, one of our cheeses that people come back for time and time again. But nobody comes in and asks for a goat's milk Gouda when they've had the Killeen for the first time.